Hi, I'm Felix. I'm going to ask you a question. Be honest with yourself. How much money do you have in your bank account right now, and will that money actually change your life 5 years from now? Most people answer that question with either not much or I don't know. And that's completely normal. Because nobody taught us how to build wealth in school, but what I'm about to share with you has nothing to do with earning a high salary, coming from a wealthy family, or waiting for a lucky break. This video is about how people who start with nothing actually build wealth. The system, the math, and most importantly, the mindset, the way you see your finances might never be the same. Why most people never build wealth. Let's get one thing straight first. Why is it that most people work their entire lives and still never build real wealth? The answer is simple: they're playing the wrong game. Most people think, if I just earn more money, I'll get rich. But research proves this wrong. The majority of people who get a raise simply increase their spending by the same amount. There's a name for this: lifestyle inflation. Earning more doesn't build wealth, earning more and investing it wisely builds wealth. And that difference changes everything. Here's the equation that drives all of it. Wealth equals money earned, money spent plus growing investments. Now let's go through exactly how to make that equation work in your favor. Step 1: Increase your income. Everything starts with one reality: if every dollar you earn goes straight to basic expenses, building wealth is nearly impossible. There has to be a gap. A difference between what comes in and what goes out. That gap can come from two directions: earn more, or spend less. Ideally both, but the most sustainable path over the long run is growing your income. So how do you do that? 1. Become more valuable in your current job. That means learning a new skill, taking on more responsibility, or contributing more to your organization. A lot of people go years at the same salary simply because they never asked for a raise. 2. Build a side income. Freelancing, consulting, creating content, selling a skill. In today's digital world, generating extra income doesn't require starting a full second business. 3. Think long term. Earning an extra $500 a month might seem small right now. But invested consistently, that money turns into something extraordinary over 10 years. We'll get to the numbers shortly. The key takeaway here is this: increasing your income isn't a luxury. It's the raw material of wealth. Step 2: Save a consistent percentage. Now let's look at the classic mistake most people make. You spend throughout the month. The end of the month comes. You save whatever's left. Sound familiar? This approach doesn't work, because what's left is usually nothing. People who build wealth do the exact opposite. They pay themselves first, and then adjust their lifestyle to whatever remains. Pay yourself first, then live on what's left. This mental shift sounds minor, but the impact is enormous. So how much should you save? Saving 10% is a solid start point. 20% creates a meaningful difference. 30% or more accelerates wealth dramatically. But here's the thing: at the beginning, the percentage doesn't matter as much as the habit. Saving a small amount every single month is far more powerful than saving large amounts occasionally and then stopping. Practical tip: set up an automatic transfer on the day your paycheck arrives. Your brain doesn't miss what it never sees. Step 3: Invest and use compound growth. Now we get to the most fascinating part. Simply saving money isn't enough. Inflation exists. Money sitting under a mattress loses value every year. Your money needs to work, and that's what investing does. But the real power of investing doesn't just come from earning returns, it comes from compound growth. What does that mean? Think of it this way: you invest $1,000. It earns 10% in a year. That's $100. Now you have $100. The next year, that $1,100 earns 10%. That's $110. Now you have $1,210. Looks like a small difference. But as time stretches out, that difference becomes astronomical. Many people notice that the first 5 to 10 years feel painfully slow. They get impatient, they quit. But after 10 to 15 years, growth starts accelerating, and at 20 to 30 years, the numbers become almost unbelievable. This is why the biggest enemy of compound growth is impatience and inconsistency. So what should you actually invest in? 1. Index funds and ETFs. These give you exposure to a broad portfolio of companies at low cost. They've consistently outperformed the majority of professional fund managers over the long run. 2. Individual stocks. Requires more research, but the right picks can deliver strong returns. 3. Real estate. A historically powerful asset class, rental income plus long-term appreciation make it one of the most reliable wealth-building tools available. 4. Other stores of value. Depending on your economic environment, things like commodities or foreign currencies can play a role in protecting and growing wealth. Whatever you choose, start. Waiting for the perfect moment is the most common and most costly mistake people make. Step 4. Own assets, not just income. Now we get to the most important mental shift of all. Income, earning money by working, stops when you stop, when you get sick, when you change jobs, when you retire. But assets don't stop. What is an asset? An asset is anything that produces value for you even when you're not working. Common types of wealth-building assets. Stocks and index funds, you earn a share of company profits while you sleep. Rental real estate, your tenant works and pays you every month. A business, others' time and effort generate value on your behalf. Digital products, a course, book, or piece of software you build once can sell for years. Most people focus only on earning income. People who build wealth focus on acquiring things that produce income over time. That shift in thinking, from how do I earn more to what asset can I own, is where real wealth building begins. The system working together. When these four elements come together, income, savings, investment, and asset ownership, building wealth stops being a mystery. It becomes math. And here's the most important truth I can share with you: it will feel slow at first. In the early years, it might seem like nothing is happening. That feeling is completely normal, and it's the exact point where most people give up. But know this: every right decision creates a small accumulation, every small accumulation grows over time, and over time, the growth becomes dramatic. Wealth isn't built in a single moment, it's built through small decisions repeated over many years. Closing. The real advantage doesn't come from being lucky. It comes from starting early and staying consistent long enough. A small step today, opening an investment account with whatever you can afford, reading a finance book, learning one new skill, can lay the foundation for a completely different life 10 years from now. I want to ask you something. Which of these 4 steps do you feel most ready to act on right now? Write it in the comments. I genuinely love to hear it. If this video gave you something valuable, hit like and subscribe. Because every week I publish practical, actionable content just like this. And remember, wealth is not luck. Wealth is a system. See you next time. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Disclaimer: the information provided here is for informational purposes only and should not be considered investment advice. It is recommended that you conduct your own research or consult a licensed financial advisor before making any investment decisions.